do. So if you watch, I'll put this on here and it will just pull itself back onto that shaft. Just like that. And now guess what I'm going to do? Yep, that's right. We're going to spin it, see what happens. Right, ready? Hey, look at that. In that gearbox then. Gearbox. Very nice, we'll get the pack in now, I'm happy with that, and then fire it up again and see what the pack does. So there he is, look, the old boy. Every job site has one. A much needed hand putting this rotor pack in, because on my own it's a complete nightmare of a job, in and out the tractor. But as you can see, it went in easy with two people. I call it a rotor pack because I watch a lot of Joe Hughes's videos he does on his channel where he rebuilds a lot of tanks, and the engine and gearbox is, they call it a pack, so they just take it in and out as a pack. So I'll just use the terminology for this and it seems to work. Now, I spoke to Joe a couple of days ago on Instagram and asked him if he has any tips for somebody starting out in the YouTube world, and he gave me a lot of really good advice and tips and tricks and things, and it's just a really nice lad to talk to. I'm very appreciative that he actually took the time to reply to me and have a chat to me. So if you're watching, Joe, thank you very much. Be sure to head over to his channel, Mr. Hughes, and see about all his tanks. But anyway, back to the straw chopper. Right, so I can't remember how far on we are, but I've got all the bolts welded in there. And then I've got to drill that out before we put it on. But that's sort of just rough in place. But yeah, that's ready to go on nearly. I've got all the paddles on, you watch me do that. But what I'm going to do now is fire it up and see what happens. Straw chopper in the way. It's all bolted down. I'll just see if it spun it by hand and it's fine, but I'll just fire it up. Oh, well, I'm pleased with that. Didn't catch anywhere. There's no horrible noises. So what I'll do now is just fully weld that I'm still debating whether this was like this anyway, because normally it has the silage chute on it. But I don't know whether they've left that open to suck air in, so you've got more blow. We'll have to see. It's something I can put on afterwards. I've prepared for it anyway, but yeah, because there's no sign of a weld across either side. So whether I just leave it like that, and if it does just blow loads of straw up like that, just put a piece across. But yeah, it's all coming together now. Right, so I've got those in, as you just saw. I finished off putting the spout on because, yet again, my battery died on my GoPro. And all the parallel linkage is on. A little plate that goes across there, I put that one in. So I think the only thing left now, obviously, that bearing's not come in yet. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow. Then I can put that chain on with the tensioner. But apart from that, I think it is literally just the valve block. So I think that's what I'm going to attempt to do now. Right, so I've got the valve block on, I've got the solenoid control wires on, but what I've noticed, and some eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed, this is the bed speed block. So you'd have, the flow comes in here, obviously goes through all of this lot. This goes to the motor there, through the two pipes. So that's just your on and off, or yeah, your on and off, or direction, whatever. This slice does the speed, so you've got the little knob in the cab, and that's what that is, but there's no solenoid coming out the bottom. Now I didn't notice this before because I'd never seen one, but what I've got somebody on the case of looking to see if you can get the internal pieces, because the whole slice, 700 quid, which doesn't surprise me because these ones are 300 and something each. But the next problem is in here. I've had this and the one in the cab sent away to David Knight, I think it's David Knight. David Knight, David King, well, one of the two. They sent it away and they've got everything working, but obviously it didn't have the bed speed on before. So the previous owner has obviously had problems with the flow restrictor, the speed, whatever it is, solenoid not working. But I think it comes in there and it's on this one. You can't see it very well because it won't focus, but I think that is where it needs to plug into. Now the first thing is whether we can find the rest of the solenoid in there, and the next thing is, I think this is just twin core cable, and then it will go into that. It's whether that works, because it looks like it's burnt out a bit at the side. Obviously David King or David Knight, whatever his name is, would have said about that if it was there in the first place, but it wasn't, so they would have just glossed over that. But I've sent a photo off to them from their WhatsApp. I spoke to somebody called Dan, and they're going to get back to me and tell me which bit it is. It could be that bit, but I reckon it's that bit, because I've looked in the Teagle parts thing, because you can get a breakdown of all those, and I've looked in there to see what could be what, because obviously there were so many different block types, but that's where I'm to now, so I'm just waiting for those to come back. Hopefully the bearing for the rotor is in today, so we'll put that one on. The next thing to do will be obviously replace all those which are missing, get the right pipes. I'm fairly sure this here, that join there, fairly sure that's for the door, so there's one there and one there. That would go there, I think. So hopefully it's just a case of basically they did it the sensible way when they took it all to bits, because they just had it running straight pipe to the tractor. They just made joiners, took them off the block, joiner in there and a pipe going to the tractor. So hopefully I can just undo that, put my adapter in and put it straight onto there. Same with the chute tilt. I think that one will just go straight up to that from here, because it's a 380. The motor that will go there, which is currently on the floor. We've got restrictors for those as well, because at the minute that's just flat 3/8, which will, I've had that before and it spins around way too quickly. So I've got some of these. You can see the tiny little pinhole in there. Hopefully that'll be enough to restrict the flow. It might be too much, but we can drill it out if it is too restrictive. And then think about putting panels on. If it's not a sensible price to replace the bits in there, we do have this, which I used that before, which is just a flow restrictor. So what I'll do is, when I've got it running, is work out a good speed for the bed and just set that, and that'll be done. But it would be nice to get that running properly, because if I do come to sell it, I can say everything works, which hopefully it will. They put a nice new cable on it, which is lovely, and redid everything. They went through the other box as well. I sent both off because they said there was problems with a pair of them. But yeah, I think that there is what it is, and hopefully the burnt outness isn't a problem, but I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure they'll let me know. But yeah, that's where we're to. I'm going to start putting pipes on and then give it a test with the bits that work, hopefully. Door, which is doing the chute, which you can see. So the door needs to change with a chute, which is on, that's the floor, which is the floor and chute up and down need to change. Bed currently is spout rotation. I'm going to have to write this one down. It's very confusing. Okay, you'll have to give me a minute to work this out, but I'll get everything in the right place anyway. It took a little bit longer than a minute, but I got there in the end. So this is just putting that last bearing on that side, and then we move on to putting the rotor chain on from the drive from the gearbox. That's a brand new chain, brand new chain. I thought, why not, it's only a short piece of chain anyway. And then moving on to put in the motor for the spout rotation in. I think that was the last thing to put in for the hydraulics. And that will be the end of this video. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. In the next one I will be using it, so stick around for that one. See you in the next one.